tomorrow. There isn't any difference in both of the sentences. There is a difference of only the structure. I mean, in sentence number 1 you are using will to express future time, and in sentence number 2 you are using present continuous tense to show future time, and there isn't any difference in both of the sentences, right? So I will go to London tomorrow is equal to I will go to London tomorrow. Okay, now we will look at a few examples. A, where are you going at this time? B, I am going to London. Here you can see that A is asking B that where he is going at the time of speaking. Where are you going at this time? Where are you going right now? And B says that I am going to London. So it means that B is going to London right now. It means that B is going to London at the time of speaking.
એટલે કે અહીંયા એમ કહેવા માંગે છે કે જે એક્ઝામ્પલની અહીંયા વાત કરે છે ને કે આઈ એમ ગોઈંગ ટુ લંડન, તો એ વખતે he doesn't actually indicate the future tense, but he is indicating that what is happening at the time, very time when he is speaking this. એટલે continuous present tense નું જે sentence છે, I am going to London. Okay, અને એ જ વાક્યને look at the another reference please. Continue the video.
So here present continuous sentence showing action happening at the time of speaking. So this action I am going to London is happening at the time of speaking. B is going at the time of speaking. B is going to London at the time of speaking. Now observe the next example. A, where are you going tomorrow? B, I am going to London tomorrow. Present continuous sentence showing future time. So this example shows that where are you going tomorrow? A asks B, where are you going tomorrow? A is not asking B that where he is going right now. He is asking about tomorrow. So where are you going tomorrow? Present continuous sentence but showing future time. Likewise B replies, I am going to London tomorrow. So here it means that B is going to London not right now. B is not going to London at the time of speaking. B is going to London tomorrow. So B is using present continuous sentence to show future plan or future arrangement. Now we'll compare a few sentences of will with the present continuous sentence. For example, I will buy a new car this week is equal to I am buying a new car this week. So you can see that I will buy a new car this week is equal to I am buying a new car this week. You can use will or you can use present continuous tense to show future plan or future arrangement. There isn't any difference in both of the sentences. Likewise, she will attend the party tomorrow is equal to she is attending the party tomorrow. So you can see that she will attend the party tomorrow is equal to she is attending the party tomorrow. There isn't any difference in both of the sentences. You can use either will or present continuous sentence to show future plan or future arrangement, right?
will and be going to આ બંનેનો પ્રયોગ આપણે future tense indicate કરવા માટે કરીએ છીએ. Now if you read the slide, both can be used for predicting the future. Then what is the difference? There is a small difference between both of them. જ્યારે તમે will વાપરો છો કે is કે are going to વાપરો છો ત્યારે થોડો ફરક પડે છે. એ ફરક માત્ર એટલો કે when you are not sure about the situation, when you don't have the proof of the situation, when you are speaking something, ત્યારે સામાન્ય રીતે we use will. Okay, અને જ્યારે we have some situation as a proof to the future activities which are going to happen, okay, એના માટે આપણે be going to નો પ્રયોગ કરતા હોઈએ છીએ. એટલે કે will અથવા તો be going to બંનેનો પ્રયોગ કરતા હોઈએ ત્યારે always keep this small thing in mind. Okay, look at this and listen to this carefully.
Will and be going to both can be used for predicting future. It means that when you want to tell in advance about something, you know that something will happen in future, so both of them can be used. Like will and be going to, both of them can be used for predicting future, but there is a little difference between them. First of all, we look at using will for predictions. If you think that something will happen in the future without having any present situation or sign, you should use will for such prediction. So if you think that something will happen in future but you don't have any present proof, you know, don't have anything to prove at that time, but you are still predicting future about something, so for that you'll use will. For example, one day he'll be rich. Now I'm predicting about someone that he'll be rich, but I don't have any present sign, or there isn't any situation like this that which could be, which could support that he'll be rich one day, which could, kind of, you could be kind of evidence that he'll be rich one day. So I'm just predicting about him that he'll be rich one day. So I don't have any proofs to support this thing, or I don't have any sign to support this thing. Another example, one day people will travel to Mars. So it is also a kind of prediction without any present situation or sign. Now we look at using be going to for predictions. Now we use be going to for prediction based on the present situation or sign. For example, look at those dark clouds. It's going to rain. Now you can see that the situation is, dark clouds.
So did you read the sentence? Let me read it once again. Look at those dark clouds. It is going to rain. So dark clouds, actually, it is a hint. It is a proof. It is a situation. And a situation ne related future thayu ke it is going to rain. So tame અહીંયા it will rain na badle. It is better if you say it is going to rain. Why? Because you have something as a proof to the situation which is going to take place in future.
And then you say that it's going to rain. So your prediction, it is going to rain, is based upon dark clouds. So your sign and your present situation is those dark clouds. So look at those dark clouds. When you look at, that's a sign for you that, oh, maybe it's gonna rain. So that's why, when you predict future based on a present situation or any sign, you will use going to for such kind of predictions. Here you cannot say it will rain.
It's quite obvious that you can't say it will rain. There is nothing wrong if you say it will rain. It will rain. It is not a wrong sentence, but it is more precise. When you are sure, you use be going to. There is one more difference between will and be going to. Look at the slide. Both can be used for decisions. Okay, future decisions માટે બંનેનો ઉપયોગ કરી શકાય. પણ એક નાનકડો ડિફરન્સ એમ છે બંને વચ્ચે કે when you are talking about be going to, ત્યારે તમે prior decision લઈ લીધેલું હોય. Prior decision means you have taken a decision earlier. અને જ્યારે તમે will વાપરો સામાન્ય રીતે ત્યારે તમે instant decision લીધું હોય ત્યારે તમે will વાપરતા હો છો. એટલે this is a small difference once again.
Now, will and be going to both can be used for decisions. If you want to talk about your decisions and your plans which you've already decided, or whatever, right? If you're talking about your decisions, your plans, you can use will and be going to for that. But there is a little difference between them. If you have already decided to do something before talking about it, it's called a prior decision. And if you decide something at the time of speaking, is called an instant decision. We use only be going to for actions which we have already decided. It means that we don't decide them at the time of speaking. For example, next year I'm gonna take admission in a college. So this sentence, I'm going to take admission in a college, it shows that I have already decided this thing, and I'm not deciding this thing when I'm saying this sentence, right? So next year I'm going to take admission in a college shows that my decision of taking admission in a college, it's a pre-planned decision. I've already decided to do this thing. Another example, she is going to buy a car next week, already decided. So she's going to buy a car next week is also an action which is already decided, and it is a prior decision. It's not an instant decision. She's going to buy a car next week does not show that she decided to buy a car next week right now or at the time of speaking. It shows that she had already decided this thing, and now she's just telling us about her decision. Now, for an instant decision, only will is used. It means that if you decide something to do at the time of speaking, you will use will and not be going to for such decision. For example, A, Aslam is in the shower right now. B, okay, I'll wait. An instant decision. So A says that Aslam is in the shower right now, and B, when he hears that Aslam is in the shower right now, so he decides to wait. So his decision of waiting is an instant decision at the time of speaking. B decides to wait for Aslam at the time of speaking. Okay, so that is called an instant
decision, instant decision. Okay, friends, so I think we have talked enough on simple future tense. Structure ની વાત કરીએ, shallow will plus verb plus object. Simple. અને be going to અને એને બંને વચ્ચેના comparison અને difference. Shall we move on to continuous future tense? Look at the slide, please. Let us define it first. We use the future continuous tense to talk about an action or a situation that we think will be continuing at a particular time of the future. ભવિષ્યમાં કોઈ ઘટના પર્ટિક્યુલર સમય દરમિયાન ચાલી રહી હશે આવું કહેવા માટે આપણે ચાલુ ભવિષ્યકાળનો ઉપયોગ કરતા હોઈએ છીએ. Now see the examples. I'll be watching TV at 8 o'clock. They'll be hosting a party tomorrow. I shall be visiting my grandparents next week. Structure જોઈ લેજો ધ્યાનથી. Subject plus will or shall plus be plus verb ing plus object. Look at the structure in the slide. See the structure. Subject plus will be or shall be plus verb with ing. Of course, continuous tense hoy etle ing is always there in any continuous tense, right? Plus object and similar pattern with first person, singular, plural, third person, singular, plural, all. Let us talk about the use of future continuous tense. We use the future continuous tense to talk about such actions and situations which have been already planned, or which are a part of a regular routine. Look at the example. I'll be attending the concert tomorrow. So it was a plan, right? એટલે કોઈ એક ચોક્કસ સમયે હું કોઈ એક ક્રિયા કરી રહ્યો કે કરી રહી હઈશ તો it was my plan. તો એ સમય દરમિયાન આ ક્રિયા ચાલુ હશે. We shall be seeing each other next week. And she'll be taking the final exam next month. Okay, so these are the examples of continuous future tense. હવે એક બહુ સરસ મજાની ઓડિયો ક્લિપ છે. You just listen to this and try to relate yourself with the clip, please. Certain questions and answers. Listen.
When will you be going to the store? I'll be going later in the afternoon. Will she be working this evening? Yes, she'll be working until 10. Will that store be having a sale this weekend? No, they won't be having a sale. They had one
last week. Okay. Another use of continuous future tense is it is often used as a polite way of asking about someone's plans, especially when we want someone to something for us, asking for a favor. So for an example, look at the examples. Number 1, will you be going to the market? If yes, could you get me a pen? Second example, will you be using the car this Sunday? I wondered if I could borrow it. So for making or asking favors, okay, making requests, you can use a continuous future tense. Related to this, there is a beautiful video clip we have. Now this is the timeline, samay rekha. This is the present, this is past, and this is future. Now this is, say for an example, this is 6:30, then this is 7. 7 વાગે હું કોઈ ક્રિયા કરતો હઈશ, હે ના? એવું મારે જ્યારે કહેવું હોય ત્યારે કન્ટિન્યુઅસ ફ્યુચર ટેન્સનો ઉપયોગ આપણે કરીએ છીએ. આઈ એમ વેરી સોરી, ફોન્ટ્સ થોડા નાના છે, બટ યુ હેવ ટુ લિસન ટુ ધીસ કેરફુલી ટુ રીડ ધ સેન્ટેન્સીસ એટ ધ સેમ ટાઈમ. અને નેગેશન માટે આપણે વિલ પ્લસ નોટ વોન્ટનો પ્રયોગ કરીએ છીએ. યુ કેન સી ધીસ ઇન ધ વિડીયો.
We've looked at the structure. What about the use? When do we use this tense? If you look at the question, what will you be doing at 7 p.m. tomorrow? Underneath, we have some examples of some possible responses or possible answers to this question, both in positive and in negative. In positive, I'll be watching television. I'll be eating dinner. I'll be exercising at the gym. I'll be traveling home from work. In negative, I won't be watching television. I won't be eating my dinner. I won't be exercising at the gym. And finally, I won't be traveling home from work. Okay, as you can see, to make the sentence negative, all you have to do is to change the auxiliary verb from positive to negative with not, or the contracted form won't, in this case, with the auxiliary will. Okay, so the use of this tense. If you look at the diagram, this explains when we use the tense. What will be happening? What will you be doing at 7 p.m.? What action will be in process? So, perhaps I start watching television at 6:30 and finish watching television at 7:30. At 7 p.m. I will be watching television. This action is in process, is happening at this point in the future. If you use the future simple, for example, I'm going to watch television at 7 p.m. or I will watch television at 7 p.m. This means the action starts at 7 p.m. With the future continuous, we want to express the fact that the action started before this time, is happening during this time or at this time, and will finish at a later point. So I will be playing tennis, I will be eating my dinner, I will be exercising at the gym, means that all these actions are occurring at this point in time in the future. In this case, in this example, at 7 p.m. Okay, so we've looked at the use and the structure. What about question formation in the future continuous? Let's take our question as an example. What will you be doing at 7 p.m. tomorrow? And the structure, again, begins with the question word in an open question. What will you be doing at 7 p.m. tomorrow? The question word, auxiliary, subject, be the verb with ing and the complement. Likewise, in the third example, when will you be traveling home? Exactly the same structure. We've looked at the structure. What about the use? When do we use this tense? If you look at the question, what will you... We've looked at the structure. When will you be traveling home? Exactly the same structure.
Now look at the next slide, please. And the instruction is put these present simple sentences into future continuous. So the first sentence is I play tennis. तो आने future continuous में करवो है तो करी तो करिशु. I will be playing tennis. The another example is I work on the project. I will be working on the project. You sleep. You will be sleeping. And he discusses it in the meeting. So if we make the continuous future tense, he will be discussing it in the meeting. And the last, will look for new employees for my company. So